So the tail end of the pandemic, which we didn't know was the tail end of it, I'm working my job. I'm like, fuck this. I'm quitting my job.
Oh, I just got soaked. Oh, dude, I hope you're not seeing that. Yeah, I'm getting soaked over here, gentlemen. But this smells delicious. Oh, what a horrible pour!
Wow.
I'm just
And
a
you call
rookie.
yourself a beer guy.
I'm an absolute fucking rookie. I'm just gonna put
Wow.
that down. Welcome to the Pints and Profits Show. I am Dennis, the freaking flipper. I am soaked with beer. It's fucking delicious. I sell on eBay. I pick through the trash. I go to the dump and find things to sell. I pretend that I sell clothing. I drown myself in craft beer, and I live on Cape Cod.
Sounds like
This
a good
guy
day.
over here, yes.
Guys, what's going
I
on?
don't know.
Sky here from Fisher Flips. Welcome back to another fantastic episode. Thank you guys for continuing to sponsor us or sponsor the show. Come on, check us out. I live in upstate New York. I sell primarily clothing. Sell on eBay, sell on Poshmark. And I've been having some Depop sales out of the blue. Don't know why. Don't know why. But hey, let's put that in the bag too. So, yeah, welcome back. We're at number 14. No, we're on number. What are we on? What's show number 10?
I lost count.
I don't even know.
No, we're more than that. We're more than that. We have fucking shirts on. Of course,
No.
we're more than 10 shows.
Yeah.
You can't wear the shirt of the show you're on.
I don't even know what
you've
show.
had 10 shows.
I can't keep track.
That's what it is. But today's show is going to be absolutely great. Lots of information, some entertainment, some humor, some beer drinking.
Lots of beer drinking.
We are going to talk about, can you resell full-time? Can you actually make the jump to full-time reselling? Can you do it? And we have two opposite sides of the coin here. We're going to give you our experience. Whatever we say is not, I mean, it's just my experience.
Right.
It's different than his experience, different than your experience. But we're just going to share how we got to where we are and what we do. I mean, I guess I'm still talking, so I'll just roll with it.
Continue on, and I'll have a drink while
I have sold on eBay, Macari, Poshmark, and Marketplace. Kind of dabbled with those, but the longest tenured one is eBay, and I've been selling part-time. I was selling part-time on eBay since like 2008 or 2009.
Okay.
Just something to just get a little bit of extra money. I learned the platform. I sold things I found for free. I sold things from around the house. And then I started to go actively searching for items. In 2021, the winter of 2021, I went full time. I was a police officer. I quit that job. I went into the craft beer world. I started selling craft beer. I was a regional sales manager for a company on the North Shore of Massachusetts. And my area was down here on Cape Cod, and I was selling beer around there. Then COVID hit, and that pretty much just crashed and burned. And I decided to resell full time. My full-time job, I made a schedule. I basically took vacation that week and said, let's see what happens if you resell. You're a full-time reseller. Let's see what happens. I went out. I started meeting people and using some of my resources that I've had and I built over the past, whatever years. And I said, hey, I'm doing this full time now. Do you have any leads? Oh yeah, I got this. And it's all about networking. And that week I made, it was like, I don't know, $900.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that's not bad. I think I can do this. And during that time, I think I was a little not foolish, but I was a little
Naive.
probably because you know what happened during COVID times. Everything sold, everything.
Right. And yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
And I'm like, oh, this is too easy. And then it started to fall off. I'm like, no, this is hard. This is really hard. So I will be completely transparent with you. My wife is a full-time teacher at a high school. She has all the benefits.
Yeah.
She has all the health insurance, dental, life insurance, everything, everything. So I'm not going to come on here and tell you that I do this for a living, which I do. I still do 50 to 60 hours a week. I'm not the breadwinner.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't drive a fancy car. I don't live in a big, huge house. But I do love what I do, and I do it every day. And I wake up and I have a set schedule. When do I list? When do I package orders? When do I go to the post office? When do I source? When do I take pictures? It's all like it is. It's a full-time job. And you have to treat it that way, and if I don't get out of bed and, sick days, there's no sick days. Vacation times are difficult. But I'm definitely needed the money that I get paid out once a week, like a regular job. I get paid every week. That money goes right to the house, right to the business. So, I mean, it can be done, but you're going to have some type of, something in place, right? I mean, it's you watch any other YouTubers, man, you think like this guy is just making $500,000 a year and he's just reselling stuff he's finding in a garage sale.
And I hate to interrupt. I mean, not to interrupt you because we can continue on. But when the biggest thing is your wife works, right?
Yes, full time.
You could not be doing what you're doing solely on your income.
No,
it's impossible. But again, like you said, you see a lot on social media of people saying, "I'm a full-time reseller. I quit my XYZ job, and all I do is sell full-time on eBay, selling T-shirts, and we make $400,000 a year." Come on, like,
right?
It's super frustrating because what we know, but what other people don't know is that there's other income coming in somewhere. It's the truth. You can't. It's so. Just in my experience, and I can discuss my experience as well. I just think you need other income to sustain that.
Life, especially now,
without me getting too without me getting too into sounding like I'm being negative on other sellers.
No,
because I'm not. Because trust me, there are other sellers that do it full time, and it works. So I'm saying generally, most of the people have other income on the backside somewhere.
It's way too expensive. It's way too, unless you are dealing in wholesale, you've got a connection where you're selling high-end stuff. I'm personally talking about someone that goes to thrift stores, goes to the bins, goes to yard sales, garage sales. I'm talking about that type. That's the type of reseller I am. I don't do high-end stuff.
Right.
I'm not spending $5,000 to make 10,000 or 15,000. I'm not. Right. I'm spending $50, and that's like eyebrow raising. Mostly, I'm buying $10 to $15 items, flipping them for $25 to $35.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I said, I'm glad you mentioned that side of your wife working and your spouse working, because it's just not said enough. You know what I mean?
Yep. So to close my side of it, I'm coming up on 4 years full time in February, and I've seen the business grow slowly over the last 4 years, only because I am consistent. I do the same money making positive actions every single day, every single week, every single month. I have made connections I meet people all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the best investments, again, I'll say it again, one of the best investments you can make for your business is a card. Right there.
100. Yeah.
It has paid for itself 100 times over. I still meet people every single day. I'm not afraid to tell them what I do. Can I help you out? Are you looking to sell stuff? Are you looking to unload stuff? Are you looking to give stuff away for free? So the job is always changing and you need to change with it. Some of the stuff that I was selling last year doesn't really sell now. So you do have to keep up with what is trending and what is up.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I love the action. I love the sort of pressure I put on myself to sell, to meet. I have a quota that I have to meet every single week.
I do
And
too. I do too. I
love it.
never get to it.
So, well, I mean, it's something
Yeah.
to, get you out of bed.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't get out of bed, then I don't make any money. That's
Good
really
point.
it. So tell us about yours.
All right. So my journey, I started selling around 2019, pre-pandemic, working full-time job. So I started off, I was watching YouTube videos. Of course, I came across Gary Vee, like everyone else does. And I found it interesting. And this was way before the Gary Vee hype, right?
Yeah.
Watching that, I'm like, wow, that's pretty interesting. Like, and I kept watching. Found some YouTubers, watch. Just started taking notes, this and that. And my wife's looking at me, she goes, what are you doing? I'm just taking notes. I'm thinking about maybe starting reselling, but I'm taking notes because I don't know what to do. So I started off selling baseball and football cards. And 2019, I remember I sold a Patrick Mahomes rookie card for like hundreds of dollars. I'm like, holy shit. All right, this is good. And then I'm selling all these cards that are selling and selling and selling. My son Matt started reselling. He sold a Baker Mayfield for $500. Well, like, maybe
Wow.
there's something in here, right? So, and I've always collected baseball or football cards. So what I did is went to Target, went to my local card shop, and I just started buying cards by the box. And again, this was before everything was nuts. Pre-pandemic, you could go to Target and buy a little blaster box for $9.99 and find a rookie Baker Mayfield in there and sell for $500. So that's what got me into it. And then I'm like, okay. Then I switched, like, what do I do now? Start looking for stuff around my house and start building stuff up. So I slowly build, start with a few boxes. Actually, I started storing my items above my microwave, like 2 little cabinets that are like 12 by 12. That's all my storage went in there. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then you get bigger and bigger. Then we went to a couple bins that took up a little bit of space. And then the bins overtook my bedroom. And, so that's going well. Pandemic hits. Like you said, everything you could sell a pencil and it would sell immediately right away. And we got into the false sense of like, shit, this is good.
Too easy.
Too easy. So me and my daughter started up a consignment business during the pandemic. Hey, this is what we do. We sell online. We'll do a commission split, do all that. We were getting cleanouts. People out of the woodwork, hey, can you sell all my junk for me? And we were killing it. I'm like, wow, this is fucking easy. Like, things were just selling. So that went on, 2 years? About 2 years long,
much.
right? So the tail end of the pandemic, which we didn't know was the tail end of it, I'm working my job. I'm like, fuck this. I'm quitting my job. I'm quitting my job because I'm making, like, my deposits per day were like $300, $400, $500 per day. I'm like, I'm quitting my job. Quit my job. Everything's going good for 4, 5, 6 months. Everything opens back up. Pandemic's not over, but things are opening. eBay's slowing down. Sales aren't coming in. It wasn't what I thought it was. So I'm going on. I'm like, it's going to work. Now, mind you, I'm the only person working. My wife managed a restaurant that closed down during COVID. They never opened back up. So she's not working. So it's just my income. So I go as long as I could. So like July, I'm like, I need to work. I need to go back to work because we're not paying our bills. We're behind on our bills. Car payments late, mortgage is late. I got a fucking job. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Go to work. So I go to work, and that was 2021, maybe 2022. I don't know how many years ago it was, but I had to go back to work because I wasn't working. So ever since then, I'm still doing eBay full time. That hasn't stopped. The processes are the same. In the meantime, maybe back a little bit. In the meantime, during the pandemic, I realized clothing was easier for me than everything. We could go to Goodwill. There's free piles. There's the bins. Like there's so much free inventory that are clothing. It's more accessible for me. I like clothing, so I pushed that direction, and sales were still coming in. I had a good year, but I'm working, and my wife is doing the eBay full time with me. I'm working all day. I'm coming home. I'm working all night. It's just a nonstop process. So here we are back in 2024, still selling clothing. But I have to say, my sales, like it's not the same. I just looked at my performance this time last year. I'm down 37% from last year. And that hurts. And it sucks because the processes are the same. Nothing has changed. I'm buying better
Right.
items. I'm sourcing better. I'm sourcing cheaper. And it's not, my sales are not what they were 2 years ago. My sales aren't what they were a year ago.
How do you
But
find out that metric?
okay. So go to
I'm just
um
curious.
yeah, go to the
I'm in
dashboard to
performance.
performance, go down to sales,
I
and
don't
then you
see
see the
that.
little box.
Oh, I see sales. Yeah.
Yep, so it says this year. Click the box and
Okay.
say list this year compared to last year. And then hit generate report. and
This
then
this year,
and then it'll
same
give
period
you
last year.
yep, and
I
then
see.
hit generate and then scroll down. It'll give you a bunch of numbers and then it'll say either green or red, up or down.
Where is that?
You generated the report, right?
Yep, I'm on that page. It says
So it'll say report run from January.
compared. D-
It's right as soon as you hit generate report, scroll down a little bit. It's on the left hand side. It'll give you total sales this year compared
versus
to last year.
prior time period.
Yep.
I'm up
Yeah.
11.6% versus prior time period.
Yep. I'm down 37. Oh, dude, I sold two things. What the? Um,
My
I'm
my
down
eh,
27%. Sorry.
oof. That's the difference between clothing and
And
everything,
that's
right?
and that's the thing. And we've talked about like making changes. The change for me, I know it's off topic about selling full time, but the change for me is I'm gonna stick with clothing. I don't want to venture off to anything else. I'm comfortable with
Same.
what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I just have to just keep working. So I'm keep listening, keep working, trust the process, right?
Yep.
Um, but back to what I was saying, like I've experienced going full time without any back income coming in because COVID money's gone. The state's not giving us extra money each month. Like that's gone. The money's gone. I
Yep.
have to go back full time. So can you do it? In my experience, as a sole breadwinner, only by yourself, in my experience, no, I
Right.
couldn't do it. Even with the COVID money, even with sales the way they were, I couldn't do it. Maybe if you're 25 years old, no kids, no wife, you live
Right.
home, you have no bills, you maybe have a car payment, but you have no mortgage, you have no credit card. Like there's different circumstances. I get it, and we're gonna probably get that in the comments. Like, well, I do it full time and I'm fine. But yes, there are circumstances. If you live home and you don't have big boy bills.
That's exactly it.
At 50 years old, like I'm not stepping back to struggling again. I'm not doing that. That happens when you're first married, you know.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I guess the moral of the story is My experience, I can't. And your experience, you can because of your circumstance.
Yeah, and that's what's going to be the deciding factor for anybody that's looking to make the jump. Um, I can't tell you either make it or don't make it. I'm not
No, and
gonna tell you that.
it's everyone has to try on their own.
Right.
And like
I
I
mean,
said, there are people I know that they just resell
yeah.
and it works. It
Everybody
happens.
has a different
Yeah,
circumstance. They have a different cost of living. They
good,
have
right.
a different, you know, um, do they live beyond their means? Do they live within their means? Do they have children? Do they not? And it's
And I think it's geographically too. I'm
yeah,
sure mortgages and rent in Massachusetts and New York are different than it's going to be maybe in Missouri and Oklahoma. I don't know.
yeah,
But I know from New York to Florida, holy shit. Like
big difference.
big difference. Um Even like one state over in Vermont, real estate's a lot cheaper
Mhm.
in Vermont
Oh yeah,
compared to, I mean, it's going to depend where you live as well.
but
You
you
know,
move to Vermont and you have very low.
well that's the
Uh,
other half is like,
but can you find things to
can
sell?
you find things to sell? There's people who maybe live in Seattle or LA or Houston that have an abundance amount of inventory,
Right,
and you just
but
non and if you live next down the road from the Goodwill bins and you have access to that every single day, fuck, that would be
yeah,
insane. That would be
but
insane.
you live in LA and that's some of the most expensive. That's one of the most expensive
Yeah,
places in the country.
yeah, it's
So
a give and take.
it's all
Um,
relative. It's all
yeah,
relative. So if you're looking to make the jump, leave us a comment or a question and we will
but
answer those.
can you work a full-time job and do eBay full-time, which is another great topic. 100%. I do it. I do it.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yep.
I go to work at 7:30 in the morning. I get home around between 4 and 5, 5:30, sometimes later. But while I'm working, my wife is doing the eBay work. She's doing the listings while I'm at work. I come home, I launch them, I look them over, I take more photos for the next day for her, and I'm working. I'm probably working until 11, 12 at night during the week
Yep.
because I'm driven. Like this is for me another. It's her income. I mean, we
Yep.
now have two incomes, so it works. And I still make more money online between eBay and Poshmark than I do my full time job, which is
That's
crazy to
good.
think. But
Yeah.
that full time job has benefits, and they have my health insurance, and it has
Yep.
blah 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 you need to survive. But it's still worth it.
I
I'm
mean,
never going to give this up.
I was going to say, and I was going to ask you why.
Why do I
Is it
keep doing?
because you enjoy it so much
I,
or
for me, I enjoy selling online. Like for me, like this week I've been on vacation, and I've kind of experimenting. Like, what would it be like as a full time seller again?
yeah.
I'm getting done by like 1 o'clock every day. Like done.
Yeah.
I'm still the same processes. Photos done at night, lay them out, get up in the morning. She's doing the listings like she normally would. I'm launching them. I'm doing some other, spreadsheet work and cleaning and more prepping, and I'm done by noon every single day.
Wow.
So yeah, but I enjoy. I really do enjoy what we do. It's not it's fun for me. It's fun. I
Yeah.
get to come home, take photos. You know, I just enjoy it. I mean, there's no other way. I don't think I'm ever going to quit this.
Same.
When I eventually retire, like from work, I can do this. I can do this when I'm 62 years old.
Yeah.
I may move a little bit slower, but I can do this in 10 years, 15
Yeah,
years, 20
if
years.
it's not enjoyable, you're probably not gonna last, and you probably shouldn't go full time.
No,
If it's work, if it's like, I
I
gotta
know.
do this, I gotta do I never
That's
say that. I say, "I get to do this. I
Yeah.
get to go sourcing. I get
no,
to go out
it's
and find stuff and flip stuff for money. I get to do that.
yeah. You have to
Not a
definitely have to enjoy doing it, and like don't find excuses not to do it. Like if you're doing this full time, or even if you have a full time job and it's a part time eBay thing for you, don't make excuses why you can't spend 3 hours a night listening, or spend 3 hours a night taking photos. It's worth it. It really is.
Yeah.
You have the entire weekend. You can work all weekend, prep for the week. I know people that do this part time. They will spend all weekend taking 100 photos, prepping it for the week so they can just come home, get their work done, spend time with the family.
Yep.
That's just my 2 cents. Don't make excuses. It can be, if I can work 12 hours at my full-time job and then come home and do this, it's possible. It's possible.
Absolutely.
And I'm old. And I'm old. And I like to drink. So
Here. Cheers to the hustle.
Mm.
And this is my little thing down here. Passion is infectious. I heard this week on a podcast, and I'm like, I like that. I really like that.
And you know what's awesome
Passion.
too is like it brings like the reselling and the pints together. When I come home from work at night, I'm taking my photos. I'm putting on like a podcast in the background that some other YouTubers I listen to. I pour myself a drink. I kick back, and I work while enjoying a drink.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
1 beer a night, sometimes 2, depends how strong it is. But but when you have to wake up,
what are you drinking now?
Oh yeah.
Just curious.
All right, so Fidens, of course, I'm drinking Fidens.
Hell yeah.
I am drinking in the theme of Halloween. I got these 2 skulls on here. If you guys can see it.
Oh, there it is.
It is Marvel of Nature.
Ooh.
It is a nice
8.4.
8.4%. You got the graphics there. So it's a double dry hop West Coast. So it's not as dark. And West Coast isn't one of my favorites, but Dennis, dude, this is good.
Look what it has in it. Did you read it? Estate grown Comet hops.
Yeah,
that's what we were wearing.
Yes. Yep,
we were wearing those at the Cape Cod Brewfest.
You
Cascade.
When I smell it, it smells like what we had around our neck.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
it's yeah, West Coast isn't one of my favorites, but dude, it's
West,
fucking good.
I'm drinking one that I've never had before, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. This is a series that Treehouse has put out, and watch out, Trillium, because they're putting flowers on their cans.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So this is called Fire Lily.
All right.
I also had one called Yellow Lady Slipper. So they're doing some like exotic orchid type flowers. This is described as a I guess it's a single IPA, 7.4%. It features a vibrant blend of Citra and Columbus hops. It is a bright, bold, full of character. Tasting notes are pineapple, orange gummies, and a mixed tropical fruit hazy delight in this glass. Pale in color, yet bursting with complexity. I agree with that. It's very complex. Every time I sip it, I'm tasting something a little different. So I have one for you in the fridge for you to try. It's dynamite. And of course, free sticker.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of beer, if you watched last week, there was a friendly little handshake bet here.
Oh shit, that's right.
I'm probably going to grab the clip from last week and put it on here just so we can see. I want to say something like the Knicks are going to win, but they're also going to win by 15.
I think we lost by 15, didn't we?
Did you watch the game?
I watched the entire game.
Were you swearing?
Let me just say Karl Anthony Towns sucks ass. The dude is he has the worst, slowest feet like I've ever seen. He is at some point he was good. Like I don't know when he was drafted, what number he was drafted. And when they picked him up off season, I'm like, okay, good pickup. Until I saw him play. The dude.
The final score is 132 to 109. 132 to 109. They had scrubs almost the entire fourth quarter. It was horrible.
It was bad. It was bad.
They also tied the NBA record for threes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I'm waiting for a Eugene's Axe 4-pack.
You will. So once I see, I'm checking. So every Wednesday the new releases come out. I see a Eugene's Axe. I'm getting a 4-pack.
That's right. Never bet against the Celtics. Never bet against them. Ever.
Yeah, I was watching the game. I was telling Jen, I'm like, I almost 4-pack. She goes,
I'm sitting there watching Jason Tatum going off, and all I could be like, oh my God, I'm thirsty. All of a sudden,
Well, it's good you picked a good beer.
I can taste that
Eugene's Axe is probably one of the best they have.
What's the fucking coolest about this relationship here and the craft beer community is I'm going to get you Evil Julius anyway, because it's such a phenomenal beer.
Yeah.
And I want to see what you think of it, especially if you showcase it on the show here.
Yeah. And I can't wait. So Treehouse in Saratoga, I was just looking today, not open yet. I don't know the release date, but it's a 23,000 square foot building. Up in Saratoga.
Man.
I can't wait. Dude, I can't wait. Because I can just go up there and get cans. You know?
How far of a drive is that?
Half hour. Saratoga.
That's it?
Half hour, yeah.
I want to see if they have pictures of the
they have like artist renditions of the building.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you just type in Treehouse Saratoga Springs, New York.
They don't have like oh, I see it. It's just artists.
Yeah, it's just artists. But they're building it.
Okay. I thought they'd have actual like
yeah, you would think updates.
So it's not ready yet. It's not even close to being done, or
I don't know. I know I saw ads like on Indeed for like they're hiring, so they must be close. It's probably gonna be 2025, I would think, by the time they're
Yep.
I mean.
New year. So hey, if you guys watched last week, we played a really cool game and we had some great feedback. So we're gonna do it again.
Yes.
You guys can play at home. We're gonna go. I am your host, and I have 3 items for you. This is a game where I'm going to show you an item that sold recently.
Okay.
In fact, this week, like this is great because we record on a Thursday and I package up and send things out on a Friday. So I pick some things out that are going to be going out tomorrow. I want to know. I'm going to give you a number. And you're either going to go like over or under. You know, you're going to do the high-low type of thing.
Yeah, Price is Right type thing.
And I have some very bizarre these things. There's no rhyme or reason to these items.
Let's see if I can do another sweep.
Literally, I just pick them out of my pile of stuff going out. You can't see it.
Okay.
So these are really cool. Actually, you can see that they're handmade and spun on a lathe. That's a pair of them. Okay. This is thick, really thick, heavy stainless steel shot glasses made by the Machine Era company, made in USA, designed and machined in the USA. You can even see the bottom. That's where the lathe. So basically it spins them, right? Like that. A big chunk of stainless steel. They spin it and they mill it out. 2 of these sold. Okay. They sold, and the number I'm going to give you is $25 plus shipping. $25 plus shipping. US made.
I'm gonna say
Machine Era.
I'm gonna say under.
Machine Era company, designed and machined in the USA.
I'm just gonna say under because they just seem. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm gonna go under though. That's gonna have a good ring to it.
And the actual retail price is $15 plus shipping.
Wow! All right.
Winner. Good.
Pull that out of my ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Next, I just picked this up in that gigantic. We'll get to it later. that gigantic pallet that I bought with all the media. And this is one of the first items that I pulled out of there. This is a Grateful Dead CD used.
Okay.
And it is called Family Dog at the Great Highway, San Francisco, California, 1970. It is a live acoustic set by the Grateful Dead. Okay. It is in beautiful condition. Like the disc is, I don't even think they even listened to it. $29.99 plus shipping. $29.99
plus
shipping.
I'm going to go under.
Okay. And the actual retail price is $45.88.
Wow. Damn.
$45.88 plus shipping is what someone paid for this CD.
For a used Grateful Dead CD. All right.
So I got you on finally on that.
Yeah. Shit.
The very last item we have is a bird fly feeder.
Bird fly feeder.
This is a smart bird feeder with an FHD camera attached.
Mm-hmm.
And it is an open box item. Open box. You basically hang it anywhere you want, and it has a little live feed here with the camera.
I can see a little bird.
I'm going to give you a price of $124.99 plus shipping. $124.99 plus shipping.
That's high.
Higher or lower?
That's a high number. $124.99. I can't see. I'm gonna have to go under. I can't see someone spending that much for an open box.
The actual retail price is $74.99. Very good. $74.99 on the bird fly camera feeder.
Nice.
So 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Johnny, tell him what he's won. Okay, he's got hop water. You won yourself a 12-ounce can of mango hop water. Mango hop water is brought to you by Hop Water.
It's brought to you by Hop Water.
I recently tried hop water. We were talking about non-alcoholic stuff.
We did. I think was it with Emily that we were talking about that?
It was. Yeah. The Buffalo Beer Fluencer. And I actually reached out to her and told her how disappointed I was. I thought, for some reason in my mind, I thought it would taste more like beer. Okay, and it does not. It really does not.
It tastes like sparkling water, seltzer water.
It really does. It really does. It's not bad. I do drink seltzer waters from time to time. Yeah. Let's see here. What's inside? So this is basically a citrusy sparkling water. No calories. There's no sugar. There's no sugar, no calories, and no alcohol in it. And they do say that they blend in Citra, Amarillo, Mosaic, and Azacca hops. Okay. Honestly, I didn't taste any of those. I tasted none of them. It tasted like a mango flavored.
Like a one of the basic seltzer.
Pick your seltzer water, okay, and it tastes like that. It did not have a piney finish. It did not have anything like that. They also say that there's L-theanine. Is that theanine? Which is supposed to be a memory enhancing brain thing. They do put ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, and this ashwagandha, and I had to research it. This is some type of herb that is supposed to de-stress you and give you. I felt none of this. It's just not enough. It's not enough in it.
There's not enough of a.
I was reading about like the levels that you'd have to get, but no carbs, no sugar, no calories, no alcohol. I mean, for the price, dude, this was $30 for a 12.
Wow.
So
is there a percentage of alcohol in each can, or is it just water?
Zero. It's zero. It's literally sparkling water with hops.
Yeah.
Natural flavors, which is your mango, ascorbic acid, which is
you're better off just going to your local supermarket and getting a lemon lime seltzer.
That's it. Yeah. I was hoping for a little bit of hop flavor,
Yeah.
like, oh wow, I can taste kind of like what we were wearing on our necks, but there really isn't any.
That's horrible.
So I also have one of those for you. You can take some of
I,
these home
I
for you.
can't wait.
Yep. I don't know. It's what are you gonna do? Do you want to touch base on Poshmark?
Yeah, real quick, and I'm sure most people have already seen this already from Poshmark, the letter from the CEO. So we all know that Poshmark a few weeks ago had a brain fart and decided to charge the buyers for fees, change their fee structure. That the CEO
Why?
should be fired, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And from the vast majority of people I've seen on social media is after that certain date, and we just looked before the show, our sales stopped. Just
Yep.
boop, done.
Few
So
items.
they released a statement a couple of days ago that effective the 24th, which is today, they're reverting back to the old way. And guess what? As soon as they did that, my sales are starting to come back. Now, my question is, I get it, and we all know as sellers was a fucking bad mistake. We all said it.
Yep.
But are the buyers getting that message as well? Because as sellers, we're in tune with that. Like we're in tune with the changes, we're in tune with everything that goes on with any platform. But are the buyers in tune with that? That's the question. Do they know that the changes have been made? I'm assuming yes, because it's on the app. Like everyone gets the message across the top banner. But I think it's going to take some time for the buyers to regain some trust. My personal opinion, bad call, but
Yeah.
all we can do is trust the process and keep listening. And I had 2 sales today. It's better than having no sales for the past week on Poshmark because my
That's pretty
sales
much
went
me.
bye-bye. And so they're coming back.
Wow.
But
It's,
we can't beat that with beat that to the ground, but it is what it is.
I mean, I look at it two ways. Okay. One, it was a bad idea. I get it. Okay. But
Completely.
two, at least you were like, you know what? That was a bad idea.
And
And we're going to change it back.
That's
For
good.
some reason, I would think some very large online secondhand type of selling platform would be like, oh, no. We don't make mistakes. We
Yeah.
don't make mistakes.
Because
Right?
because eBay, if they made that mistake, if they did that, they would never go back.
They would never go back. No.
No.
Because that would say we made a mistake.
They were wrong.
And
Yeah.
they're never wrong. They're never wrong.
Mm-mm.
So let me say that into my phone. So eBay is never wrong. All hail eBay. Okay. And you see, I just got a sale.
Did you really?
No,
Oh fuck.
not yet.
That would have been good. That would have been good.
You were going to tell me something about, and I don't even know what this is. You were going to tell me something about a lighthouse.
Oh.
Something. I have no idea what. Honestly, I have no idea what it is. I live near the water, and I don't even know.
You have to get your hat on. You have to get your conspiracy hat.
You're serious. All right,
I'm dead serious. Guys, this is a major conspiracy within the eBay community. And I mentioned this to Dennis today. He had no clue what I was talking about. It is called the lighthouse effect. And I've heard multiple people talk about this. I know John, shout out to John Flipping It Easy. He's mentioned this as well. There's been a few, this is where I think I got it from. So Dennis, the lighthouse effect is an eBay algorithm. Now picture a lighthouse. You know, a lighthouse, it shines and it goes around, right? You follow me so far? Now when the lighthouse shines on you, you get sales. And then when the lighthouse continues around the globe, your sales slow down, right? And then it comes back and it's on you again. Your sales are good for that day and it continues.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I am a firm believer in the lighthouse effect.
Is that daily, weekly, monthly?
It's just sporadic. When the lighthouse effect is on you, you have an amazing, could be a stretch, 2, 3, 4 days of sales.
I've seen it. I've seen it up to a week.
But when the lighthouse is shining away from you, what say you? That's my thought. I'm a firm believer. What do you got there, Dennis?
I will agree. I will agree with you. I'd say this past 30 days, I have had the absolute horrible week, like what happened week, followed by one of the best weeks I've had all year, all year,
Mhm.
where I'm like looking at it like, you've got to be kidding me. Followed by a week of meh, and then another week of it's fire.
Yeah.
Like
I
this, like
I
I'm
mean,
selling everything.
right.
And
So
then
I
and then
don't
it's back
I
here, right? The
maybe
light's back here.
maybe it's not a conspiracy. Maybe it's the truth.
I think this is the truth.
More people are talking about it. You agree. You never agree with me.
No, I
And I've
don't.
heard a lot
And
of people talk about the lighthouse effect, and I gotta give props. Like I said, Josh Gall, he's talked about it. Like the lighthouse effect is fucking real, and that's my
right.
story.
So my only question is why?
That's a whole different conspiracy. We can discuss at a later time. But you only
Is it
you have the hat on only for this
I get 20
reason.
seconds.
Go.
It would make sense to not do that because eBay wants to make money, right? I mean, that's what they do. So turn my store on and your store off makes no sense. But is there only enough room on the platform? Uh, Promoted, I can only promote so many things, and there's a cap there, right?
I agree.
But I don't want to kill you because you will quit. You'll say this isn't working for me.
Yeah,
You know,
I
you know what I mean?
agree. I think the reason they do it is because they don't. If they give you 40 sales a day every day, you're not going to keep up with that. It's
Oh, I
got
will keep up with it.
it's
I will
going
definitely
it's
keep up.
going to spread that the lighthouse. It spreads the wealth, right?
Share the wealth.
Everyone gets a turn. That's
Share
my
the
thought.
wealth.
And
Everyone
with
gets a turn. Everyone gets pissed. Then they're like, I love you, eBay. Then they're like, I'm going to
Mhm.
quit my job. This is so great. Then they're like, I made a mistake. Then they're like, nope, I'm back on the train. It is called the eBay roller coaster. It is real. You call it the lighthouse, but yeah, I agree.
I
All
agree.
right.
We're on the same
Wow.
page.
For
I
once.
have to drink this out of a can. I don't have a glass.
Whew. My head hurts and I'm tingling a little bit,
It was
but I think I'm going to get some sales this week. That's what I think.
I just had to text my assistant to get me a new beer glass.
Where's my assistant? I don't have an
Uh,
assistant down here.
you should.
I got to teach the dog how to go get another beer because
Right?
this is dope. This is really good, dude. Really
Yeah,
good.
that it looks good.
7.4 is right in my wheelhouse.
What do I want to talk to you about next? I have a question for you. Okay, so I had a scenario, and I wrote this down, guys, because I try to think of topics we talk about, but some things we don't know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So I had a scenario with an item that I shipped out. It was a sweater. Thank you, my assistant. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is ask.
What?
So
All right, let me try it. Let me try it.
So guys, I sold a sweater, and it wasn't a big sale, maybe $20. Okay, I took the photos, I do the measurements, and when I do my listings, I try to catch
Hold on.
every flaw possible.
Get it yourself.
That's what she said.
Get it yourself.
I pay my assistant. That's probably why you didn't get your glass.
I don't.
Okay.
She's also my accountant. Underpaid, non-paid accountant.
So when I'm doing my listings, I'm trying to find every flaw. Do you miss a few flaws? Maybe. So the sweater gets there, 2 weeks go by. Get a message. Hey, lovely sweater, but there's a big hole in the side of it. And I'm like, there's no hole. I know. And of course she sends pictures. There's a big hole in the side. What are you going to do about it? That was the
How
message,
how
right?
big is this? How big is
It
the
was
hole?
a good size hole. Like it was, but I don't think I missed. I don't think I missed it personally, because I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't source a sweater with a big ass hole
No.
in the side, and when I'm
Right.
doing my photos, I wouldn't miss that. Anyway,
Right.
this was also a day when I had 4 return requests come in the same day. It's like, what the fuck? So she's messaging me, and I'm like, I know I didn't. So I responded back. I'm like, hey, I don't remember seeing a hole in the sweater. Um, but I go, I'm not gonna fight it. Don't open a return. I'm just gonna refund you the money. Because she's now gonna open up an INAD. I'm gonna spend $8.99 for the shipping coming back, and has a hole in it. And it has a hole. It really had a hole. So
And
do I
then you're
think she
gonna
may have
throw it away.
used the scissors and maybe sliced it? That's what I'm thinking she probably did.
Why?
Why? Well, she probably used this. Like I put it in the padded flat rate for the post
No, no.
office.
Oh, she damaged it when she
She
opened it.
probably used the
Ah, okay.
scissors to open up the package and may have sliced the sweater. That's my thinking.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm like, I'm just gonna refund you your money. I go, do not open a return. I'll send you the money in the morning. It was like midnight when she sent the message. I'm like, don't open a return. I'll refund you in the morning. Keep the fucking sweater. So my question to you, would you fight that person and make her send it back just to call her on it to see if she's lying? Or would you have refunded her in $20? And
I
I
have
didn't refund her, and I didn't refund her the shipping either, just the cost of the item.
something similar that just happened to me. I took great photos. In the title of this item, it says damaged.
Oh,
In the description, it lists the damage. In the photographs, it photographed the
shows the
damage.
damage.
He opened a return for INAD. He says, damage that was not disclosed.
Fucking idiot.
So I messaged him back and I said, what part of the damage wasn't disclosed? It was in the title, the description, the condition, and the photos. I'm didn't answer me. So I reached out to eBay for Business. They said, you're gonna have to take it back. I'm like, yeah, I know. I said, I accept returns. It was automatically coming back. I said, I just don't think it's fair for me to pay return shipping. That's my only gripe.
No, because it was listed as such.
It's a false return. So we'll see what happens. It's still out in the. I just did it today.
So I'll tell you what I would do in your situation. Now, like my situation, it's better off for me just to pay her the money and avoid the return.
That's what I would.
In your situation, when you get it back, report the buyer.
I did.
So, no, you have to wait till it comes back. So when
you
get
it came back,
it came back. Yep. So you report the buyer, and it says ask you why you report false return. Report the buyer, and then when you do the refund, you don't refund them the shipping.
I did. That's exactly what I did.
Perfect.
So,
and then you block the motherfucker. Yep.
Hold on. I forgot one.
So
there it is.
And it's so funny you say that off topic. So when you do that, when you don't refund them the full amount, it'll say you should get an email as well as the buyer. They have up to 10 days to accept that return.
Yes, he hasn't accepted it yet, and
he hasn't accepted
he won't.
Yet. So eBay
will pay for it.
eBay will refund them that if they fight it. I had a situation this week. I sold a pair of jeans, and they opened up a false INAD saying there were stains on the jeans. There weren't stains, so I didn't refund her the $6.99 shipping. Right. This was a month and a half back in early September. I got a message from the buyer. Hey, I bought these back in September. I see that you have them relisted, and you have them relisted as a stain notated. You never refunded me my shipping. I'm going to contact eBay and file a claim. I go for it. Go ahead. I go, I follow eBay policy. Bye. Block. You can't, and I go, there's nothing she can do. The refund is already processed.
It's already done. I mean, eBay is so liberal with
what they do. And I said to her, I go, you should have received an email from eBay stating you had 10 days to rebut that return.
and
You didn't. You failed to. That's on you, bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
Blocked.
what happens. And then block. Yes, definitely block.
Immediately.
I have some great items that I found this week. And it's just a theme with I don't know what the theme is here. Maybe you can help me with the theme, okay?
Music to strip by. Okay.
All right. I want to frame this. It's just super cool.
What do you got next? Booby trap. That's pretty cool.
That game is dope. That game, it's an adult game. You got to play it when the kids are in bed.
Obviously, it's an adult game.
It is awesome. The Parker Brothers. Parker Brothers were a little kinky back then in the 60s. This is from.
That's awesome. I never saw that before.
It's from 1965. So
wow, that was really
a little bit of acid going around, little LSD, some mescaline, whatever. But yeah, I'm finding some really cool items out there. Look at look at the lacing. Come on, right now.
Haven't been,
do you see my dogfish head glass?
Well, you need to. I'm on my second.
You know where this was?
In the dump.
I pulled this out of the dump.
Nice.
It went through the dishwasher. Easy. It's clean, as you can see.
You know where I find most of my free glasses? You don't know? At the actual brewery. So if we go in and we have a meal, we sit down, have a couple of drinks, one just may fall into like a bag.
I'm gonna completely cut this right. Holy shit! On air, you're admitting that you found that in the parking lot? That was in the parking lot.
It's in the parking lot.
In the trash. Wow. What are you doing this week?
So I haven't sourced at all this week.
Yep.
Just
You've been a lazy ass.
I just have so much inventory. I got through a lot today. I still have 2 more contractor bags full of clothing that I'm gonna sort through tomorrow.
Damn.
And that's just tops. I have 4 bags full of pants, shorts, bottoms that we haven't gotten to yet. I've got a lot left. But I may hit up my church thrift Saturday. We may go out to see my son in Dalton, so we may stop at one of our favorite Goodwills out there. A Goodwill that never raised their prices. Love it. Love when that happens, right? Yeah, so that's about it. And I'm just gonna keep working.
Well, I'm getting ready for Halloween because it's one of my favorite holidays.
Is it really?
And
I'm not a big fan of Halloween.
I'm in the Empire business, so we're gonna normally do what we normally do: bring the kids around. We have some friends that have younger kids, as well as my daughter, and we go around the neighborhood. I wear the same Walter White costume I've worn in the last 5 years, and we drink, allegedly, as we're wandering around getting, Reese's peanut butter cups and like Snickers and Twix and Kit Kats, and then craft beer. Dear Lord, I mean, it's one of the best holidays ever. I will give you Easter. Maybe. Oh man, I'd almost even give you Thanksgiving
over Halloween, really?
But do not take my Halloween, my St. Patrick's Day. Just
yeah, Halloween, man. For me, it's just it.
And then Christmas is kind of like off the table. It's you can't barter that. You don't own that. It's a family thing.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, so that means next Thursday when we're not going to record next Thursday then.
No, we'll have to do it. Yeah, we'll have to do it either Wednesday or
Friday. We'll figure it out.
Working on a guest, and I got a couple in the pipeline. We're just going to see if they can work out a Wednesday or Friday.
Yeah.
But happy Halloween. Thank you so much for joining us. Scott, you can take us out.
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Like Dennis said, we have some guests. We were supposed to have Sonny on tonight. He's got some family appointments he has to take care of. Family comes first. I completely get it. I do have some other contacts that we're trying to get on. If you guys want to come on the show, let us know. If you guys have a show, we'll come on your show. But as always, thanks for watching. Love the comments, love the feedback. And you know what the best thing is, Dennis? We keep showing up every week.
That's it.
We're here. We're growing slowly. We're showing up every week. And there's one thing you're going to find with us, with not many others. We are not frauds. Like we're real people. We're not
Fraudulent free.
We're not here to sell you shit. We're here to have fun. We're here to
No
drink.
memberships.
No memberships. Here to have a good time. Shoot the shit. Talk. Have a few beers. Talk about what's going on. That's it. We're real. And that's it. Peace.
Peace.